Okay, let's get right into it, shall we? There it is. Hello. If you haven't seen me before, hello. Um, Checking the quality on the other side, on the other monitor here, making sure that everything looks good. And we're gonna hear a little bit of. Why don't we? We're gonna cut the music just a little bit, and I just want to make sure that all the audio is good as well. I don't think you guys can hear the music that well, can you? Well, if you guys can't, let me know and I'll adjust it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just start mentioning what this is and why I'm doing it, and pretty much just the whole goal here. So, I decided to call this Novice Plus Plus. And it's basically just my own personal attempt to increase productivity. That's what it really comes down to. Is it's productivity tool. And to that end, kind of like what kind of thing might you expect here is basically just using Twitch as a way to kind of motivate me to program, game dev, make art assets, whatever task is required to do the task, whatever skill is required to do the task. And if you guys are interested in watching that, then obviously you can do that. I will say well, I'll give my background in a second as to why you might want to watch this anyway. But yeah, so if you want to watch this and get some inspiration, do something like that, that's cool. And then this is also basically, like I said, it's almost like a video journal of sorts. And an accountability tool. What I would say that this is not, and something to keep in mind, is that this is not educational, at least not for you guys. I'm not a teacher, and I don't know anything that I'm talking about here. The closest thing that you're going to learn to anything valuable is what not to do. If you want to learn what not to do, then there you go. And did my face freeze? Oh, I think my face did freeze. Huh. Why don't we fix that? Good thing I checked. Saw the lights go out. But this needs to be on. Looks like logic camera settings. There it is. Okay, we're back. I got you guys covered. I bought a camera at Goodwill for like $4, and this is what you get for $4, in case you were curious. Okay, so it's not an educational tool for the viewer. Like I said, maybe down the line we'll eventually learn something, but you'll learn something. But at the end of the day, this is going to be learning what not to do. It's not meant to be a distraction for me. I got the ADHDs real bad already, so if I get kind of caught on a tangent on the side, then hopefully somebody will hold me accountable if I don't hold myself accountable. Water here. I'm kind of thirsty already. Jeez. And then finally, like kind of last thing is, it's not meant to be for you guys that are more knowledgeable and like well practiced to like backseat into a solution. Like obviously, if you know something or you have a resource that you want to share, or like something quick that's like, oh, I see that you fucked up this, that, or the other, then that's fine. But it's more like don't worry about like having to walk me through the steps of a problem, just because Twitch chat is not really the medium for that sort of thing. And it can make it a bit of a challenge to follow those instructions, and you know, even if I'm spinning around my tail, and there we go. We're getting used to the webcam. I don't normally do webcam. But in terms of finding out the answer, you know, there's obviously a lot of benefit into getting there myself. Okay, so why would you want to watch this? Aside from if you have an interest already in game development, software development, or any of the things that are kind of like related to that tangentially. I know nothing about any of these things. I mean, I've been playing video games since I was 3 years old. I'm old now, so that's like 25 years. So I know about playing video games. I failed out of college 10 years ago as a computer science major. I'm just now starting it again. And that's going good. You know, I definitely don't have homework that I could be doing, and I'm choosing not to because it's not due until Sunday. Yeah, so I don't have any of those particular skills. So what you're getting to see is somebody who doesn't know much of anything, kind of pick up and learn the skills, and all the effort that goes into that. And to that point, I kind of want you guys to keep in mind as you're watching that learning a new thing is a lot of time, and there's a lot of moments where basically dead time, I suppose. When you're learning something new, it's challenging. And don't be surprised if there's a lot of moments where I'm literally just staring at a screen going, I don't know. But hopefully there will be a little bit more value in that cases. Why would I want to do this? I'm mathematically minded, very, very left brain. Obviously, I know that got debunked a while back, but you know, science stuff. I love games, and I've always wanted to make games. Maybe not necessarily as a career path, but just something to do in the as a side project to make things. Making things I find a lot of value in. I am, like I said, going back to school for computer engineering, but there's a computer science component to it. So I would expect that chances are if you see me using a lot of specific computer science tools, it's probably because I learned about it in class recently. But I mean, hopefully it'll also be vice versa, of learning something from this that I go and I take over to the other thing. So I think that's pretty much it. In terms of all that good stuff. I have anything else, or do I want to just get started? I want to just get started. So, the tool I have chosen to use for this is Godot. Godot. Heard it pronounced a couple different ways. And I have used this a little bit, I think. I haven't used a lot of it. So I also happen to have the the where is it? Oh dear. Second here. Gotta what's going on? Window capture? It's because I haven't loaded into it. Well, I have the documentation for this, for the Godot engine up right now, but there we go. Jeez Louise, man. I don't know why I was really struggling there. But yeah, I have it up, and if I'm reading something in particular, I'll probably change the screen over to look at it, but or just any other process that I'm doing here, I'll probably look at. So with that being said, obviously I think it's highly intelligent not to start off with any grand dreams, and I have here a blank Word document, and this is going to be my game design document. So I have an idea for a game that I thought of this morning from something that really bothers the absolute hell out of me, which is traffic. And I want to make a game about blowing up traffic. So let's go ahead and set that up. For this game, I'm just going to call it Cars Game for now. I don't expect to be developing anything new here. It's I'm gonna just write the title again. Goal. What do I want the goal to be? So basically, for the goal, find a arcade game. I guess arcade style nowadays, because I won't get this put into an arcade. God, I hope not. That would be a real low bar for the arcades. Oh, okay, so if I minimize it, that happens. Okay. Let's not do that. Where the player takes control of a personal vehicle armed with weaponry to destroy traffic and get to work on time. That's it. That's the game idea. Not too challenging, I don't think. So kind of right away thinking about what this might look like in terms of gameplay. We have a section for gameplay. So water. Oh, we have that. Gameplay. So gameplay, I imagine this is probably going to be like play similar to bullet hell style games, where the player has to navigate around other cars and obstacles while having the option to destroy the maybe both obstacles, vehicles, and obstacles. Sure, why not? Vehicles and obstacles. Viewpoints of top-down viewpoint. Top-down viewpoint where player controls one entity moving across the screen. Scrolling screen, perhaps? Question mark? Sure, why not? All this. Okay. I don't like the word "the," in case you didn't notice. I feel like it's cumbersome. Whenever I'm writing notes, I don't include the word "the" most often. I mean, obviously I have the screen, but you could literally, I mean, does for your own notes, does moving across screen really change anything? Scrolling screen. Vehicles have basic AI. Do like different AI attitudes. Pickup trucks and SUVs versus smart cars and Priuses. E.g. How you would spell Priuses? Or Prii, perhaps? Who knows? Okay. So, sure. Why don't we turn this into a bulleted list, perhaps? Checklist? Let's do a bulleted list. So, rolling screen. Bullets. Probably something like I had an idea for like basically like the different weapons for the car, e.g. like a small handgun fired out the window all the way up to like a just futuristic laser cannon, etc. So that's probably gonna have aiming mechanics from the vehicle. Need clear distinction as to where aiming from due to different weapon types. Okay, sure. Sure. Maybe some type of basic money system for purchasing upgrades. I'm thinking a lot of Tyrion. You guys have played that before. I mean, basically that's what it is, right? Like a lot of games have had that, but in a way, that kind of thing is easy to replicate nowadays. Okay. Time trial? I mean, time trial main mode of play. Get to the end within a specific specific time. Trying to get to work. Okay. I think that's good for now. I mean, if I wanted to get crazy, I would add other things, but so requires a timer. Okay. This is writing words on paper, so let's, or I guess on a screen. Let's take this over to Godot and see what we can find here. Just tinker with some stuff, huh? So with Godot, you usually start with a main scene, if I recall, right? And I thought, I don't know if I wanted to do it with 3D or if I wanted to do it with main, or if I wanted to do it with 2D. Maybe 2D would actually be the way to go. Set this up as 3D, but I guess we can. Is there a way to convert it? I think so. I think you just have to start a new one, right? Physics, 2D, common, rendering, GUI, application, config, done. Or, oh wait, hold on. Actually, what if I go there and I get rid of this? Delete. So 2D, main node. I guess let's try and get a player on the screen. No, they're cars, so they can just be boxes, right? So child's to the main node. Main. I think they're child node. I recall, right? Node. Touch button. Roll node. It's sprite. Inner. I think these are for all your like GUI stuff. Food, window, subwords. God, I don't know how any of this works. Collision object, physics body, abstract, base class for 2D game objects affected by physics. Static body can't be affected by external forces. Doesn't affect other bodies, and so you'd probably want 2D physics body specialized for characters moved by script. Probably a character body. Check the documentation. Gracious, I know I'm touching my face a lot, but I just really itchy face, unfortunately. Kind of naturally how it is. What are you gonna do here? All right, the do this. You can also look at the getting started tab here too, which I'll pull up here. I have to keep bouncing back and forth between what I'm doing. There you go. All right, so we're back in the Godot documentation. Whew. And let's see. So what I figured I could do. Am I even on 4.1.2? Okay, that's fine. Could update if I wanted to. Just step-by-step tutorial series. You have a simple yet complete game. Dodge the creeps. Wow. Create a complete 2D game with Godot. Structure, simple game project. Move player character. Change its sprite. And more. Or 2D. We're doing. Set up project. Probably move this over here. Okay. Yep, so we set up a project. For a valid project path, we already have that. Game is designed for portrait mode. Or this game is designed for portrait mode. We could probably set ours up as portrait mode as well, but why don't we do the same thing for the most part, and if we run into any issues, I'm not going to create the exact same thing here, but I'm more just going to try and extrapolate the lessons that I can learn from it. For project settings, play window 480 by those. There's your window right there. And we can make it bigger if we wanted to. Set mode under stretch. Set mode to canvas items, aspect to keep. This ensures game scales consistently on different size screens. That sounds important. Sounds very important, actually. That. Stretch mode, canvas items, aspect, keep. Cool. Make 3 independent scenes. Player, mob, and HUD. A larger project that might be useful to hold various scenes and their scripts. But for this small game, you can save your scene scripts within the root folder identified by as right here. Okay, creating a player scene. Project settings in place. You can start working on player control character. First scene will define the player object. One of the benefits of creating a separate player scene. Okay, so yeah, we want to create it as a scene. Area 2D, what it wants. Okay. Go with it, right? Go with it. Scene's root node should reflect the object's desired functionality, what the object is. Click on the other node, add area 2D node. Okay, did that. I would show it on Godot, but I'm literally just following exactly what it says here for now. Then we'll deviate from the recipe eventually. Godot will display a warning icon. I do see it. I see a warning icon. In fact, you can... That one is not shown here, so let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. There's the warning icon right there. Crazy, right? Okay. Okay, with Area 2D, we can detect objects that overlap or run into the player. Change the node's name to player by double-clicking on it. Did I add this? Ah, this got added to... Hold on. So this... I need to make a new node. Or new scene. Other node... Area 2D. Player. So now I'm in my player node. Oh. So I realized when I was looking at my main scene right here, saw that it was added in the tree there. I just deleted the node that I made, and then I made a new one by right-clicking over here and creating a new scene. Again, played with this a little bit, don't know a whole lot. Yeah, so we made a new scene, and it's up here. So, save and close. We're working on the player right now. Area 2D, we can detect objects that overlap or run into player. We change the node's name to player. We set the scene's root node. We can add additional nodes to give it functionality. Before we add any children to player node, we want to make sure we don't accidentally move or resize them by clicking on them. Select node, click icon to the right of the lock. It says tooltip. Make selected nodes children not selectable. Make selected nodes children not. Sense to me. Boom, done. And there's a little icon that says children are not selectable. Okay. Saved. So project, following Godot naming conventions. Pascal case. Classes, use packs. Pascal case. Private fields, use camel case. That means all conventions, which, I mean, whatever. I know it's important, but you know, for right now, whatever. We'll just do it as it is, and we'll see that. Constants use all caps. Sprite animation. Okay. And so we can see that it includes some animation, but I don't have an animation that I'll be doing. So, player images are pretty large for the game window. Scale them down. How add basically like shape. Wanted to do that. Animated sprite. Or does this get added to? It does. Oh, it's because it's still got it. 2D. Bounds. Collision polygon, collision shape. 2D. It doesn't want that eventually, but polygon 2D. 2D polygon. Where is it? I guess you can't resize it, right? Or oh, he's Louise. Sorry about that. Well, sure. Skeleton. Well, I mean, when you have a question, take it to Google. Find out. Go to how to add basic shapes. Basic shapes. Polygon 2D tutorials. Polygon 2D, that is what I was doing. Somebody said, no, you need Godot. Oh, you need paint or something better. I mean, I'm sure I could make something in paint, but Up with simple shapes. Ah, yeah, simple shapes. Sean Connery telling you about shapes. Simple ones. 2D prototyping. That's pretty much exactly what I'm trying to do here. This was from 3 years ago, though, so. Digital. Rendering. Lights and shadows. Meshes, perhaps. Oh, this is not what I'm at the moment. Yeah, what if we just search for polygon 2D? All I think. That's a lot of properties. 2D polygon. Methods, add bone. Okay. All that makes sense. Not when it's connected. Okay. Data? Polygon, packed vector. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. We're gonna make a box. We want to make a box. That's all we want to do is make a box. Right? Make a box. Transform 0, 0, scale 1, 1. Or it can be a white box. Box, really. I don't want it to be a gray box though, because you know the background's gray. Texture, perhaps. New viewport texture. Viewport. New image texture. I don't see where the size is. Let's typing polygon 2D. That says. I'm avoiding the videos for now, but I'll probably bust out the videos here. Just because I don't want to spend a large amount of time watching videos on this, but let me do this. We'll pop this up here.
In this video, I'm showing you how and past 2D nodes to help you
Ah, god damn it.
better 2D visuals video, or if you've seen me prototype stuff live on Twitch, you know I love the Polygon 2D node. It's not just because of its crisp edges, and more because of its versatility. The first usage is the simplest. You can make walls or obstacles easily.
Wolves.
Static body, you put a Polygon 2D and a collision Polygon 2D as children, and you edit the look of your obstacle using the Polygon 2D. Now, in a script, you can simply do collision Polygon 2D dot polygon is equal to Polygon 2D dot polygon. Huh, it's a lot of polygons. This lets you easily change the shape of your obstacle and have the collision automatically match perfectly. Also, don't hesitate to use math to create more perfect shape. For example, creating circles by hand is super painful. Just use math to calculate the points you want. An add-on that does that for you. Another cool stuff you can do is add borders. For that, you have two choices. If you have a square shape, you duplicate the polygon and click on invert. Then you play with the size.
I wonder if because I have
more complex shapes, but thankfully it's super easy to create borders using a line 2D.
oh wait, what the fuck? Oh, hold on. I think I figured it out on accident. If we go back here. Fuck. Got some shit open and most of it looks exactly the same. I accidentally clicked on the screen and then I saw that. Oh, look at that. I made a thing. That being said, this is obviously not good. Hello? Click to zoom out, please. Ah, here we go. Okay, why don't we delete that. Okay, let's try this again. So add polygon 2D and make the polygon. I don't want to just freehand it. That just seems like a terrible idea, but yeah, there you go. Okay, so I don't know how big this screen is. I just decided to turn on the grid and call it a day. Oh, I don't want it to be a square, so that's acidity 5. 5. That'd be 6. 5 by 7, perhaps. There you go. There's your box. There's your box right there. Made a box. Okay. Job done, everybody. Good job. Okay. And then it recommends a collision shape, which I agree with that. I agree with having a collision shape for this object. Though noticeably the origin of the player seems to be not in the origin of the box, which is not desirable. So can I unlock this real quick? And then they're attached. Attached at the hip. Creating points, editing points. How do you change this? It's over here. Transform? Position. Tells you where the position is. But this one. This tells it that it's at 0, 0. Okay, well, what if we... I mean... There was probably a more intellectual way to do this, but we can also just do it like this. Wherever the middle would be. So 5 by, we said 7. It would be the middle if it was not. Awkward. Because the looks like the origin is on a point, but the boxes are not, obviously. Oh, so you would need even then. Really? Normally I think of splitting the boxes, right? But in this case we'd want even. Let's do 4 by, still want it in the middle, 4 by 6. 6. Worked. Okay. But instead of doing that, maybe we can figure out how to change scenes origin? Change Y sort origins on scenes in a tile set. No. No. Goal transform. That was close, kinda. Yeah, for sure. I don't. The box. Almost, right? Right? I don't know. Let me see. And you can change the pivot point from any nodes by hitting V. Oh, okay. That was a little excessive, but okay. I don't know. Hand palette, editor layout. I'm kind of curious to see if there's like a hotkey section of some sort. But probably under tools, editor, command palette. Command palette, of course. Never mind. This is like control commands, not. There a section for hotkeys in the documentation. Shortcuts, also known as hotkeys. That's it. That's the one I want. Oh dear. This is a shortcut for binding input. Oh. Okay, whatever. I'm getting sidetracked. This is not important. It's not important for now. I can learn about that another time, I suppose. Okay. We got that. Cool. Now we can kind of look at this again. We wanted a collision shape. Which collision polygon 2D? Create. And it needs to be the same as our yeah. Oh no, this one isn't aligned to the fucking thing. Here. Next to shape, using size handles reshape, right? This is what they're suggesting. I think this is what the. So this is what am I selecting here if it's not already defined? Oh, okay. Oh, Jiminy fucking Christmas. Okay. Got it. I think I did it. Sure. So I got a box and I got a collision shape on it, and we're good to go, right? That means we can continue. Okay. Next part, we'll add a script to the player node. We'll set up collision detection. No player got hit by something. Cool. Coding the player. I'll pivot back to the documentation so you guys can follow along with me. Add player movement animation set up to detect collisions. To do so, we need to add functionality that we can't get from a built-in node. We'll add a script. On player node, attach script. Okay. So it'll say, hey, do you want all the thoughts and script windows? Leave default settings, just click create. And you can change the language. I, many years ago, worked on something in Unity that used C#. We'll stick with Godot script for now, just since it's the scripting language of choice for the thing. Okay. So, do that. Right, so player gets a script. Script inherits area 2D, and then it wants saying that, hey, it should be player.gd. Sure. Okay, create a script. We get some stuff. Ends area 2D, so that's what it's inheriting. Comments, function ready, replace function body. So called when it enters the scene tree for the first time, and then process delta. This is what it does every frame. Okay, so if this is your first time encountering Godot script, please read scripting languages. Oops. Well, simple syntax, fast compilation, tight editor integration, built-in vector transform shapes, no garbage collection, gradual typing. Yep. Makes all the sense to me. I might eventually switch to C#. C#. Programming language of choice for Sean Connery. No, but we'll stick with Godot script for now. Okay, start by declaring member variables. At export, if I recall correctly, the at export is the way for axexos port. Speed equals 400. Sure. Player will move pixel per sec. This allows us to change it in the what do they call it? The inspector. Inspector, gadget. And then in here is something that we would just size of the game window. Using export on the first variable speed allows us to set its value in the inspector. I literally just said that. Cool. All right, man can process information, as it turns out. Okay. Using export. Yep, this can be handy for values you want to be able to adjust, just like a node's built-in properties. Click on player node, and you'll see the property now appears in the script variable section, which is speed. Right. Speed. Remington Steel. Remember, if you change the value here, it'll override the value written in the script. If you're using C#, you need to rebuild the project assemblies whenever you want to see the new export variables or signals. Still can be manually triggered. Okay. Your player.godot script, or player.gd, I suppose would be the more accurate way. Hydrate! I get you, man. Respect that. Thank you. Make sure you're drinking water. I do love my diet soda pops, but yeah, water. By the way, welcome. I don't think I said that before, but welcome. I just minimized everything. Okay, cool. Yep. So player.gd script should already contain ready and process function. Ready is called when a node enters a scene tree. which is a good time to find the size of the window. Makes sense. Okay, so instead of pass, we have get rid of that. So screen size, which is the variable we declared earlier. Makes sense. Get viewport correct size. And I'm not a genius. I'm literally just reading this from the documentation. Is that really water? Yeah, water. I swear. So it's actually funny that you mentioned that because I bought this with the intention of putting coffee in it. And you can see that this is quite large. You know, my hand for size. And I was like, wow, drinking that much coffee in the morning would be a terrible idea. So I decided to use it for water instead. Maybe one day I'll put vodka in it if I feel like my productivity is lacking. Yep, now we can use the process to define what the player will do. Process is called every frame. Okay, so we'll use it to update elements of our game. Expect to change often. For the player, we need to do the following: check for input, move in given direction, play the appropriate animation. We don't have animations. We're not cool kids, so it's a good idea, actually. Well, especially if you're like you work in the actual software engineering. I hear those guys hate their lives, so pick it up. I mean, alternatively, you get yourself like a Perrier bottle and put vodka in it. Anyway, don't ask me about drinking at work. I know a few things about that. Not because I did it. I have friends that did. All right. So project settings, open project settings window, and click on input map. Okay, so we go to project settings, and then there's a thing called input map. And then wait, filter by name? No, add new action. Right. Move underscore right. Adds. It's added. You assign a key. It did it. Okay. I put left. At least I noticed. That would have been real awkward. Drunk programming stream someday? Possibly. Considering that I don't know programming, I'm not actually a programmer yet. Maybe that would be more beneficial. Friends, I see. Yes, indeed. Okay. Listening for input field shot manually be selected. Yep. Move left, move up, move down. All right, cool. So we're doing all this shit. So left, move up, move down. Left, up, down. Perfect. Your input tab looks like that. It looks like this. Okay. That's to me. Okay. Close project settings. Note, we only mapped one key to each input action. You can map multiple keys, joystick buttons, mouse buttons, same input. You can detect whether a key is pressed using input is action pressed, which returns true if it's pressed and false if it isn't. Okay, so then it adds a whole bunch of script here, which is, type it in. So under ready, it goes and does var velocity. I can't spell. Equals vector 2.0. Okay, so this is a movement vector. I'm curious about. We'll kind of right over here. He said, not knowing what the fuck he was doing. Show that I'm looking at this. So it would be really handy if I could. If it like hyperlinked things. So vector 2.0. Going to another thing here. Vector 2. I search that. I want to kind of permeate the information and get in there. You know what I'm saying? 2D vector using floating point coordinates. The element structure that can be used to represent 2D coordinates or any other pair of numeric values. Uses floating point coordinates by default. These floating point use 32-bit unlike float, which is always 64-bit. Double precision is needed. Compile the engine with the option precision equals double. See vector 2i for integer counterpart. In Boolean context, vector 2 will evaluate to false if it's vector 2, 0, 0. Okay, so is that the origin? Otherwise, vector 2 will always evaluate to true. Vector 2, and it's saying vector 2 dot 0, so it's a constant. Yes. Vector 2 dot 0. Constant. Vector 2 dot 0. Vector 2 dot 0 equals vector 2, 0, 0. 0 vector, a vector with all components set to 0. Vector 2. Holy shit, infinity vectors. Okay. Got it. Yeah. So lots of stuff that can be used in here. Vector 2, direction 2. Vector 2, direction 2. Turns normalized vector pointing to this vector. Okay, so cool. So we have a better understanding of what the vector 2 class is. I'm guessing that if I just had to use my noggin, this thing here, the area 2D, what we used, right? Used area 2D for the player. Area 2D has properties vector 2. Yeah. This, oh, no. I accidentally went to the vector 2 class. But we can see, there's even tutorials and stuff that are linked with this. So that's actually really cool. I mean, does the vector 2 have tutorials? It does. Okay, sweet. Good documentation. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay. So we understand that Area 2D has properties that are good there. Okay, cool. So we got that. So now that we understand that, we can say that, okay, we are setting a velocity variable that is equal to the vector 2, presumably of this class. Or are we saying... No, I don't think so, actually. I think this is just saying some vector 2. Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't describe it. Players movement vector. If input dot is action pressed, move right. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. And an auto tabs. That's cool. Oh, I should probably come back to the script screen, huh? Welcome back. Oh, you guys can see what I'm actually doing, huh? Man follows tutorial on stream. Be surprised if people actually want to watch this. But hey, not for you, for me. Mostly, it's also for you guys too. If anything, to show you that even a complete bumbling idiot like me can do this eventually. Just gotta stick with it. Do anything. You can learn about nuclear power if you wanted to. Don't ask me how I know. You're learning? Please no. Oh god. Okay. Right. So we looked at this and we came back to this and we said, okay, yeah, if it's pressed, looks like their loops are like contained just within, I don't know, it doesn't improve. Well, it's based on Python, right? So that would make sense that it, velocity.x equals 1. Oh, plus equals 1. And if input dot is action press move left. Apologize that my typing speed is a little slower. My right hand feels a little cramped. A little pain. I took some pain medication for it earlier, but so it's not as bad as it was. But okay, so we have taken this variable velocity that we defined, and now we're saying that it's x product, or it's x variable minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 2. We're adding space. Ridiculous. Spaces are for nerds. And we're changing it. Same thing is action press move up. They do down first, but velocity dot y plus equal. God damn it, dude. Plus equal 1. Fuck. What is a keyboard? Input dot is action press move up. Velocity dot y equal 1. And they have more stuff here. Velocity dot length is the method. Velocity dot length is greater than 0. Normalize the velocity. Okay. I'll show you this in a second. Velocity, dude, fuck. Velocity dot length 0. I guess that's a. What is velocity dot length? Vector 2. You go vector 2. Method of length. Turns the length of this vector. Tells you what the length is. Okay. Good to me. So if the length of the vector is greater than 0, and it says why did I close that thing? I have another question now. Velocity equals velocity dot normalize the variable that we did up there. Animated sprite to play. So that's not going to be applicable to us because we didn't animate our thing. If you've never done vector math before or need a refresher, you can see an explanation of vector usage in Godot at vector math. Good to know, but won't be necessary for the rest of the tutorial. Probably should. I haven't done vector math in a while, and I did it in the context of electricity, so. Okay, so why don't we... Hello? Hello? Vector 2 dot vector 2 dot normalized. Which does what? Returns the result of the scaling vector to unit length, equivalent to v dot v divided by v length. C also is normalized. Input vector length. Okay. So this is saying if the length of the vector is greater than 0, then it sets the velocity to the result of the scaling vector to unit. The result of scaling the vector to unit length. Whatever the fuck that means. Vector math. Vector math is hard. Right. Cool. We're scripting back to the documentation. Okay, so we start by setting velocity to 0, 0, which is what this does. By default, players should not be moving. Then we check each input and add, subtract from the velocity to obtain a total direction. For example, if you hold right and down at the same time, the resulting velocity, the resulting vector will be 1, 1. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So vector math is basically saying you start at some 0 point, and then if you are moving left, then we need to go negative. So I guess it's using a Cartesian plot since it's 2D. So, I mean, I know obviously it's inverse for you guys, but we'll do it like this. So you're going left. So for you guys, that would be like this. So -1, and then down would be same time y -1. So the vector would be going this way. In this case, since we're adding a horizontal vector movement, the player would move faster diagonally than if it was just moved horizontally. We can prevent this if we normalize velocity, which means we set its length to 1. So what happens somewhere? Then multiply by desired speed. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We also check whether the player is moving so we can call play or stop, which that's not relevant for us because we don't have any animations for our little car. We also check whether the player is moving. $sign is shorthand for get node. Get node. Get node. Get node. Get go. No? Okay, I'm not hip. Okay, so in the code above, animate sprite 2d.play is the same as get node animate sprite .play. That's handy. Go to a script $sign returns a node at its relative path or returns null if the path is not found, or if the node is not found. Animate sprite 2d is child. We can use animate sprite. Now we have movement direction. We can update player's position. We can always use clamp to prevent it from leaving the screen. Clamping a value restricts it to a given range. Add the following to the bottom of process. Make sure it's not indented under the else, which is what they were talking about earlier. So we'll separate this. So position, which we did not. We defined position earlier? Oh shit! I did all of this under ready. That's not right. We want to do it over here. There you go. I want to say I don't recall defining something called position. I guess let's see what happens. Position. Oh, there's just something called position. Well, it must be a something inherent. Velocity times delta, like a reserved thing. Delta, which is the frame rate. Frame rate. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm back to code. I need like one of them fucking deck buttons or something I can do on my board to quickly do that. Nice. $4 Goodwill camera. Like I said, I don't do things crazy around here. Okay. Velocity times delta. Position equals position dot lamp vector 2 dot 0. Screen size is the variable that we described earlier. Delta parameter refers to frame length, the amount of time that the previous frame took to complete. Using this value ensures your movement will remain consistent even if the frame rate changes. And then I'm going to look at the clamp function real quick. Clamp. Just because I'm curious. Again, this is all about curiosity more than anything. Clamp a value. Photo provides macros for clamping a value with a lower and an upper. So clamp. Let's say this is not Or I guess this is technically dot clamp, right? So it's more of a method. Position? I think position is like okay, so this would be of area 2D. So area 2D. And then there's position, which is not a property. Position? Position. Weird. We at? Well, we can also just run this and see what happens. By clicking, I guess it's F5 now. It says F6. We'll run it. The main scene. There it is. Oh, there you go. There's a box. Which it just occurs to me that I don't think you can see. Because current padding error. The fuck is... Oh, I know exactly what that is. Hold on one oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, please, please, please stop. Okay, so I need to fix something real quick. The way that I have my audio routed. Is this I really hope this hasn't been inputting from my fucking what I'm gonna do is where's Godot? Godot and all this. God damn it all. Is there a way to set where the sound normally comes from? Audio. Buses. Default bus layout. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I want. If I try to run it. What if we try this? Aux. There you go. Woof. Jeez Louise. Okay. What happened there was the way that I have my audio set up for Twitch basically uses a digital pass-through program, and it causes driver errors if it's not defined as using the other thing. I'm also gonna change this real quick so you guys can actually see what the actual product is here. We're gonna just do a display capture for Pluto monitor display. Which monitor? Fortunately, means what I put. Because then you're gonna see stuff like this. Which I... Basically, I have to bring it over here. All my fucking production stuff has to happen over on my other monitor so you guys can see this. But we'll do that. And then I'll just switch it again. Wow, look at that. We can move the car and it's clamped to the window. Ain't that cool? All right. Oh, not clamped over here. Clamped to the left and the right, but it's not clamped to, or excuse me, it's clamped to the left and the top, but not the corner. Could that be because this is... Oh, okay. That's interesting. Why is it not clamp to both sides. Oh, that's gonna bug the living shit out of me. Oh. Why don't we? Oh, but then it cuts off a little bit of that. Damn it. Alright, whatever. You guys will live with it. Okay. So, it's kind of weird. Why is it not clamping to the right-hand side and the bottom? Seems a little odd, doesn't it? If I knew how this fucking method worked, I might actually be able to do something. Okay, what if I search for position.clamp? I literally only find it in here. In this tutorial. This is odd. I get rid of or rect size. Oh, to Google. Learn something. Something new. Photo clamp not working. Need answer as to why my clamp isn't. Global position y equals clamp dot. Run it once. 30. And all that stuff. Clamp. Does clamp actually work? That's perfect. That is exactly what my question is. Oh, it looks like. Huh. Oh, it doesn't. I'm not even getting those examples. Clamp. Vector 4 clamp. Oh, good lord. Vector 3i, 4i, 2i. Figure that shit out. So is position a vector 2i? There's a new vector with all components clamped between the components of min and max by running global scope.clamp. Oh, I also fucked up and got rid of all this. Ah, no. There you go. Got that, and then fucker. Sort your life out? Oh my god. What am I doing? Oh, Jesus Christ. That is what I want, and this. Putting the player. Back there. Okay, like we're missing something. I feel like we're missing something important because well, what happens if we do this? What happens? Many arguments for clamp call. Expected at most 2, but receives 3. Huh. Oh, wrong one. Odd. Every mention I'm seeing of clamp has 3 values, which is weird. I don't know if they ever mentioned this. Like, oh. Vector 4 min, vector 4 max. It's not like position is ever mentioned either. Vector 2, okay, so I think it's vector 2. Vector 2 clamp. Turns a new vector with all components clamped between the components of min and max by running global scope.clamp. So this is saying between a vector 2 of 0, 0 and a green size. Okay. Get viewport rect. Get rect nerd, perhaps? Getting wrecked. Methods. Canvas item methods description. Viewport rect. Rock, what is that? What's going on out there? Thought the cat was in here or something. Get viewport rect. Rect 2. Viewport rect. Turns viewport boundaries as a rect 2. 2. 2D axis aligned bounding box using floating point coordinates. What the thing is that it bounds it between 0, 0 and the origin point, width and height, dot side. Should be doing it. Why do I feel like I broke something without even knowing it? God knows it's probably very annoying for you guys. Okay, rect 2. So rect 2, get viewport rect. Turns viewport's boundaries as rect 2. Okay, well then this is how we got to do this then. What is the bug print here? How do I print messages to the log? Console? Is that how you do it? Console support. Console. No, not literally printing to the console. Debug. Debug. Overview of debugging tools. Your panel. Okay. Oh. How to print debug logs in Godot. How to print a console. Perfect. what I want. Print string here. Okay. Push error, push warning. Okay, so print screen cells. We'll see what it says. 480, 720. It's not like I know far off, but you know, hold on. App. To get back to the actual loading. We'll just go back to the thing. Editing, because I think I might know what's up. If it's like if its instantiation point fucked up. And do it in you. Boy, I'm real messed up right now. I don't know what is happening right now. So it looks like back in the day. Why is my clamp not working? Trying to find function clamp. Like back in the day, they used 3, or I guess maybe that's for 3D. I don't know. In camera. Doesn't help that all this is old. Birds are chirping and it's really annoying. I hate those birds so much. Those birds chirp until like 11:30 at night. Ridiculous. Drives me fucking banana. Okay, so we know that the screen size variable is being printed out correctly. So what is going on here? Google Godot position dot clamp not working. Wait, what did we just do that? Clamp. Clamps just use position plus documentation. Policy position. Change it. I mean, what happens? What happens if we don't? Or, this is the comment. What happens if we comment that out? Presumably, you'd be able to just go anywhere you want. Okay. So that's how that works. Meanwhile, because the thing that's getting me is that when I do it on the screen, or do it so you guys can actually see. If I keep bringing, stop that. happening now? I just want stuff to work. Please. Please let my stuff work. Why do you do this? Yeah, a fucking capture message. Like the moment that I pull this up, it works. Like if I pull up the properties for it, and then the moment I put the properties back down, it doesn't work. Well, okay, let's cheat and see if it works by doing that. Oh my god. All right, cool. Let's just keep this thing in. Okay, so what I was saying is that we can see that it clamps like that. And then if it goes over to the side, ooh, you can see my Steam friends list. I should fix that. I'll fix that in a second. But it's not like it's going infinitely because I'm holding down the right key and then it just comes back right afterwards. Which would indicate to me that it's still getting clamped. It's just not getting clamped correctly. Like it's getting clamped based on something. Oh, it's this thing right here. Which it might be. On. Hold. Hold. Pivot offset. And I change the pivot offset of this. That might be the problem, actually. So if I do this... Okay, so let me switch back to this real quick. Oh, hell's bells. Why isn't this working now? What the fuck? Because of this? I want you to capture that. Or is this saying that it's not... Guys, you have no idea how hard my life is. Suffering right now. Save that real quick. But I think that might be the issue. So as soon as I figure this out, to get the screen back the way I want it to, capture specific thing, please. Please. Now capture this thing. No, you don't wanna do it, huh? Because this is... Do I still have the property window open for that thing? Not. Match title, otherwise find window. Type? It on? I think so. Try that. None of this wants to work. At the back, it shouldn't matter. We'll stick with this since we, Uh, let's see if how to change origin of root node in Godot. For a new scene, add a base node instance your player. What the? This is very, very old. Or I guess when I move this instead, move these to be over there, so they're the same. Now it's not letting fucking. That doesn't seem like it would really matter that. I mean, plus, I mean, my thing is already. Oh, so the clamp is working. Okay, so that is in fact what the problem is. It's just instantiated somewhere weird. So if I just move it over. So it's clamping it based on the origin that I have set there. All right. Okay, cool. We learned something. We learned something. That's the important part of this. Okay. Cool. Can I get this back, please? Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. I don't need this. Oh. Maybe I need to reinstantiate this, because this just ain't working. That ain't it, Chief. Add game capture. Oh. Name is already in use. No, it's not. I just deleted it. I literally just deleted it. Are you fucking high? It's all coming down, man. It's all coming down. Godot. Again. Capture specific window. That window. I also have all the... I need to figure that out. Jesus Christ. A lot of shit that I'm learning that I need to figure out. No, this just decided that it does not want to record Godot anymore, which is very odd. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I know what the issue is. Why is it so small? Son of a bitch. Okay. No. Add. Game capture. Godot. No, it's not. It's not in use. Again. Capture specific window. Capture. Okay, what if I do it like this? What if I, instead of doing that, I do a window capture? So, that game is already in use. Then do that. Oh, that one. That's just weird. Okay, then why don't we save all the things? I'm gonna close this out. I was working on math earlier. And then start it again. Gosh darn it. Just do it like this for the rest of the stream, and then I will figure it out when the stream's done. Because technical difficulties are amazing. God, I just want this to be fixed. What the fuck? Now that works. Wait, and then it doesn't. Okay, I think this is what's causing me problems. I'm gonna try and fix something real quick. So give me just a second. That's working fine. If I do that. And that says no. That says it's a gray box. And if I reopen. Ah. There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ, I made it too big. What the and now it's not working. What the fuck? Godo just decided that it does not want to play ball with OBS for some reason. Well, I guess that's what we'll do. We'll just fucking continue to use the display capture for now. Okay. We'll do. This malarkey that I saw. I didn't even see the follow, man. Thank you. I doubt you're still here, but if you are, thank you for the follow. Okay. Cool. So, back to this, right? Contents. Coding player. So we go back down and we see that last piece is reset the player when starting a new game. Oh shit, hold on, there's a little bit more here. Preparing for collisions. Okay, so let's pop the script back open. Put this in ready. Ready. Hide. So that apparently hides the player. Imagine. Yep, he's not there. We want player to detect when it's hit by an enemy, but we haven't made any enemies. It's okay because we're going to use signals to make it work. I've heard about signals before. Using Godot scripts. Add it after extends area 2D. Other window. Signal hit. This is declaring a signal. Defines a custom signal called hit. And we will have our player emit when it collides with an enemy. We will use area 2D to detect the collision. Select pair node. Click the node tab next to the inspector tab to see the list of signals the player could emit. Select that. And then the node tab. There's a signal there. Body entered. Through this body. Notice our hit signal is there. Since our enemies are going to be rigid body 2D nodes, we want body entered signal. The signal will be emitted when a body contacts the player. Click connect. Connect. To connect to connect a signal thing happens. Godot will create a function with that exact name directly in the script for you. You don't need to change the default settings right now. Okay. If you're using external text editor such as an ID bug currently prevents Godot from doing so, you'll be sent to your external editor, but the new function will be there. Connect. Oh, there's the function. Okay, cool. Makes sense. The green icon is indicating that a signal connected to this function. Doesn't mean the function exists, only that the signal will attempt to connect to a function of that same name. So double check the spelling, it matches correctly. Body entered body. Hide. Player disappears after being hit. Hide. Hit.emit. Must be deferred as we can't change physics properties on a physics callback. Whatever the fuck that means. Collision. I use polygon 2D. That's fine. Polygon 2D dot set deferred disabled. Oh, Christ. True. Disabling the collision shape can cause an error if it happens in the middle of the engine's collision processing. You set deferred to tell Godot to wait to disable shape until it's safe to do so. Last piece, data function. We call reset the player when starting a new game. Func start pause. Func start pause. Position equals pause. Go. Collision polygon. Dot disabled. Oh. Okay, so apparently this is all fine and dandy. So okay. Okay. Any enemy. How to make some enemies. Their behavior will not be very complex. They spawn at the edges of the screen, choose a random direction, move a straight line. Obscene. Okay. Obscene. Node. Enemy. I probably should have changed the types that it is, huh? You've seen node rigid body. Body name enemy. I'm gonna call it enemy instead. Okay. So then needs not doing an animated sprite. We'll do collision shape 2D. For us, this will probably just be a shape 2D. Polygon 2D. I wonder if this still works. Probably. visible on screen notifier, whatever that is. Visible on screen with the children, so they can't be selected. I don't know if that's really that good, personally. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay. Like mob. Set gravity scale to 0. Oh, 0. I thought the 0 would be over somewhere else. Prevents them off from falling downwards. And under collision object 2. Wait. Under the collision object. Command the collision group and then uncheck 1 under the mask property. Will ensure mobs do not collide with each other. Probably want it to be that way eventually, but fine. Okay. Set animated sprite not applicable for us. Animation speed not applicable. Play animation not applicable. Applicable. Although this means that yeah, so they still added shapes and shit. So make this probably doesn't change it. It'll make sense. So add perhaps in shape. Shape. Segment shape. Rectangle shape. Yeah, I would like to change the shape. Go. Shape has changed. I imagine the visible notifier needs to be. I don't know why I can't change this. Change the, oh, I can't change it for this one. Yep, Wither mode. Is it because it's all done? This is the pivot offset that can be changed. Can't change a pivot offset for that. Although it does mean that you can't. Oh, you can. Off-grid snap. Set it like that. These need to be there. Okay. Okay. So we add a script to the enemy. Yep. And yep, extends rigid body TD. That tracks. They choose animation types. Not applicable for us. Oh, you know what I want to do though? Want to make color different. That way it's distinguishable from our dude. There you go. Red. Bad guy red. Mobs delete themselves when they leave the screen. Warp. Make mobs delete themselves when they leave the screen. Connect screen exited signal visible on screen notifier. On visible on screen notifier 2D screen exited. 2, 3. Huh. Okay. Oh, it says that that makes it done for the enemies. No. Whatever you say, man. We trust you. I trust you. Yeah. Find out. Okay. Great, new scene, add node. So we already made our main scene earlier. Capital main. Because we did that. This looks like right here. Add following things. Timers. Timer. And another timer called timer. Another one that it wants called start timer. Like a survival type of thing. It wants marker D, which indicates start position. I guess it instantiates the player. Wait time for enemy timer 0.5 seconds. For timer 1. Start timer. That one shot property of start timer. What does that mean? Cruise timer will stop when reaching 0. That position, start position, do 250. And 450. Just the middle of the screen, I imagine. That's not the middle. It's close though. Okay. Spawning mobs. Main node will be spawning new mobs. We want them to appear at a random location on the edge of the screen at a path 2D. Path. And then you'll see some new buttons. These buttons. Good snap. That. And then points. So point here. Oh, no. Select control point, select points, add point. Here. Oh, and it's got some kind of nifty whammadime things here. So it does that, and it's created that. Wait, close curve button. Close curve. Oh. No, 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 no. Close curve. I'm trying to close curve. Okay, add a path follow 2D as a that. So path follow on. Like I said, just following the rules here. At this point, not even the rules, but just the documentation. This node will automatically rotate and follow the path as it moves and select a random location. Yep. Add a script to main. This is the thing, is that this is choose mob scene we want to install. Guess this is main script. Sends node. Might be a little old, but we'll do it anyway. Export var in our case we're using enemy, so enemy scene act theme or score. Main node, you'll see mob scene property. Enemy scene. Drag mob scene from the file system and lock it to mob scene. So enemy scene gets added over there. Then yep. Select the instance of the player and access the ODoc. Make sure you have signal selected. Phone vibrating for a second like somebody was trying to call me. Jeez Louise, man, I'm going insane. Players. Your main. Access ODoc. No instance of the player. I have instanced the player? I guess. So we did that. Yeah, and looking over this earlier, we saw that. So, yep, select the instance under main. Access node doc on the sidebar. Done. Make sure I have signals selected in the node doc. Done. See a list of signals for the player. Find, double click, hit. This will open signal collection. We will make a new function named game over. Type game over in the receiver method. Game over. Over, man. Game over. I mean, to have the hit signal emitted from the player and handled in the main. Okay, so this happened in main. Game over. Or timer. Not stop. So it's saying, hey, stop that, and then timer dot stop. New game. 0 dot player start finds start position, which is what we defined there. Yep. Position can't spell. Position start timer dot. Now connect timeout signal of each of the timer nodes to the main script. So timeout. Right. Okay. So timeout. 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 So I have all these things. When times out, so when the score timer times out, it says, hey, score goes up by 1. Okay, that makes enough sense to me. On start timer, mob timer dot start. Well, in this case, it's not our mob timer. Timer. And then on the also has score timer start. Score timer dot start. Mob timer timeout. We create mob instance. Create a mob instance. Pick a random starting location along the path and set the mob in motion. Path follow 2D node will automatically rotate as it follows the path. Use the mob's direction as well as its position. When we spawn a mob, we'll pick a random value between 150 250 for how fast it'll be. It would be boring if they're all moving the same speed. Okay. So, hey, var enemy equals enemy scene. Dot. Okay, because we did that earlier, right? Enemy spawn location equals enemy path enemy spawn location. For enemy spawn location dot progress ratio. Okay, whatever that means. Equals random float. Sure. Our direction equals enemy on rotation dot rotation plus I divided by 2. Happen there. Dot. So scene instantiated. Equals enemy on location dot direction. And F random float range minus pi divided by 4. Pi divided by 4. You get my geometry back. Enemy dot rotation direction. Our velocity equal vector to random float range 0.0 to 50.0 0. Enemy dot linear velocity equal velocity dot rotated direction. Add row rated. Add child enemy. Why pi? In functions requiring angles, go to uses radians, not degrees. Pi represents a half turn in radians, about 3.1415. you're more comfortable working with degrees, you'll need to use degree to radian or degree. Convert between the two. Add this game to function right. Did we do that earlier? Main is our main. I think I already did that. See what happens, I guess. You guys can see this. Oh, I don't know why it keeps bringing it back over here. Okay, well, supposedly, if we do this now. I don't think I set the main scene. Not sure. Let's find out. But I have to remember how to do that first. So that is main scene. There you go. Oh dear. Ah, that's not right. Oh, hey, look, little cars. That's kind of cute. Oh, and there you go, you're dead. And they stop after a while. That's cute. I do think it's funny that how they look with just how they look with the rotation. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there for tonight. I wanted these to be about 3-ish hours each when I do them. But I'm gonna troubleshoot stuff later. But yeah. As for when I intend on doing this, I don't know. Usually in the evenings, I'll try and block out about 3 hours so I can work on this stuff. Maybe develop some skills. I want to thank everybody that joined us for this kind of like inaugural little episode of Novice Plus Plus. I would really appreciate it if you followed and joined me on this little journey. All these live streams are going to get uploaded to my YouTube channel as well, which I don't think I actually have linked anywhere in my Twitch, but it's the same. My name is the same on YouTube as it is on Twitch. So yeah, around probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, probably what you can expect. I do gaming streams as well, which I try to do those on Tuesday and Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday. So if you're into like strategy games and stuff, you can come watch me do that. And then also I represent a community called The Cauldron. We are a community of like-minded adults that want to structure our gaming times around our lives and not the other way around, and we would love to have you. There's a link down below in my description. And other than that, pretty much good to go. So thanks again to everybody that showed up, and I hope you all have a wonderful night or day or wherever you are.